Hey everybody. Every year I get a big stack of books from all over the place. All the different publishers send me stuff to review. And I usually save them up and do like one big thing. I do a couple things throughout the year, but one big thing at the end of the year. It's kind of like a Christmas gift for the nerdy book lover. So that's what this is. I'm just going to look at several books that I got this year. I've got a big stack of stuff to look at. So we'll go through each one, and we'll start off with a really cool book here, The Battles of Tolkien, and this is by David Day, and it comes from Media Masters Publicity. They sent this out to me. It's got a really cool cover. You can see how it's kind of engraved almost or etched in there, and it's like a leathery type cover. Very cool. This retails for $15.99, and it's got some really great art in it. It goes through all the different battles. It's got some neat artwork inside. There's some cool, and it was like in the middle here, some great sketches, and it details out all of the wars that happened within Mordor and within the rest of Middle Earth. Some great, just some really great art. I mean, it's very, very cool. So it's all the battles from Lord of the Rings, and there's the battles of the Valerian Ages. Goes through the War in Heaven, the First War, the Battle of Powers. Part 2 is Battles of the First Age, and it goes through all of those. The War of Wrath, and there's a map for that. Part 3, the Second Age, Wars of the Elves and Numenorians. Part 4, Third Age, Wars of the Dunedain. The Third Age, Wars of the Dwarves, War of the Ring, and that's got a huge section in the back, and then War and Honor, and a chronology of the kingdoms of Middle-earth in the Ages of the Sun. So very, very cool book. Again, David Day, The Battles of Tolkien, and you can find that wherever cool books are sold. So check that out. Again, it's $15.99. It's published by HarperCollins Publishers, so you want to look for that for the Tolkien lover on your gift list. All right. Next up, we have, and this stuff goes all over. Like Tolkien, hey, that fits right in with comics and pop culture-y kind of stuff, and then we get all kinds of weird stuff. And speaking of weird, we have the United States of Absurdity. Yeah, this is people, events, and animals that made America absurd. So there's all kinds of stories in here. This comes from Penguin Random House, and they do send me quite a bit of stuff to take a look at. But really, it goes all through history. It picks out some of the craziest kind of people, and it outlines, kind of who they are. There's a foreword by Patton Oswalt, so that's kind of cool. Great American characters. It goes through people like Michael Malloy, Lobster Boy, Oofty Goofty, Elvis and Nixon, David Hahn. Then there's the Best of American Sports, When Americans Go Wrong, the Eggnog Riot, Newport Sex Scandal, the Vampire Panic, the Death of George Washington. There's just all kinds of really crazy stuff in here. And, it's all stuff that is historical fact. Oofty Goofty, the Wild Man of Borneo. There's just some interesting stuff here. You'll just have to take a look at it and see. Let me know what you think. If you do read this book, I don't know what to say about this one. Retails for $14.99, and you can find this anywhere you can find Penguin Random House stuff. This is actually published by their 10-Speed Press imprint, so you can check that out. The United States of Absurdity, and it's written by Dave Anthony and Gareth Reynolds from the comedy history podcast, The Dollop. So these guys have a podcast, so check that out. All right, next up on our list of crazy books of Cats and Men. And this says, Profiles of History's Great Cat-Loving Artists, Writers, Thinkers, and Statesmen. And they're cats. So there are some very interesting things in here. Ray Bradbury was a cat lover. There's a little quote from him here. I have my favorite cat, who's also my paperweight on my desk while I'm writing. There's some interesting sketches. There's Maurice Ravel and his cats. Looks like Siamese cats there. Charles Bukowski, Marlon Brando, and his cat. So if you're a cat lover, or if you've got a person who is a cat lover on your gift list, this is probably one you want to pick up. This comes also from Penguin Random House, and is part of their 10-speed press imprint. You can get this for $16. And if you want to check out, you can go to crownpublishing.com or 10speed.com. You can find those. You can also do the same thing for the United States of Absurdity. Both of those you'll find at the same place. So, like I said, interesting books, kind of different stuff, things that maybe you wouldn't think to pick up and read, but yeah. All right, next up, we'll get into some comic book stuff. This comes over from Triumph Books, and it is 100 things Spider-Man fans should know and do before they die. This is important, right? So there's 100. Let's see, number 24, Harry Osborn. There's a whole thing here about Harry Osborn, Flash Thompson. We'll jump back to number 53, Tom DeFalco, all in the Spider family. 79, The Spider or the Man. And there's some neat art right from the comics, a lot of it. There's covers. There you got Black Cat and Spider-Man. I flipped through, there was a Punisher picture as well. There's a shot from Tom Holland as Spider-Man. So there's some interesting stuff. 100 things that Spider fans should know and do before they die. This is written by Mark Ginocchio, with a foreword by Tom DeFalco. And again, it comes from Triumph Books. You can check them out at triumphbooks.com. And this retails for $14.95. Okay. All right. We'll go to another strange book. It's interesting, you know, when you put the word out there that you're a comic book reviewer, sometimes they just look at the book reviewer part and they go, oh, books, here, let me send you Animals of a Bygone Era. And this is also from Penguin Random House. We have quite a few of those books from Penguin. This is an illustrated compendium by Maja Safstrom. And you can check this out at 10speedpress.com. You can also check crownpublishing.com. And this is sketches and profiles of all kinds of different creatures. The hallucinogenia, Quetzalcoatlus. There's the Platybelodon, like an elephant with a platypus mouth. I don't know. The Synthetosaurus. Interesting. There is Neuralagus Rex. How about that? It's kind of like a giant rabbit. Woolly mammoth, cave bears, saber-toothed cats, giant swans. And some neat artwork. The covers, you know, again, nice. It's got little raised sections there on it that are cool. Very interesting art. But that is Animals of a Bygone Era by Maja Safstrom. And you can check that out. You can follow her on Instagram at Maja's Book, MAJASBOK. Maja's Book. So just something if you've got somebody who has everything and they like, you know, historical creatures or fantasy type creatures. These are really supposedly historical creatures who are extinct. And yeah. All right, back on some comic book type stuff again from Penguin Random House. The comic book story of video games. Very cool. And this is written just like a comic, like a graphic novel, and it's the history of video games and kind of where they've come from and gone through the ages. All the different things going on with games. You know how the Atari really kind of revolutionized gaming. Atari 2600 there on that side here. I actually have one of those in a box over here. Larry Rosenthal, Shigeru Miyamoto, all kinds of different characters they talk about who've been very instrumental in the development of video games over the history, the rise of Nintendo, consoles, apps on phones, all that kind of stuff. This is written by Jonathan Hennessy, and the art is by Jack McGowan. So very cool. Retails for $18.99, and you can check that out. Let's see if we can find out where you can get a copy of this. You can check out, well, it's 10-Speed Press, so it may be on 10speedpress.com. You can check out some more about the author, Jonathan Hennessy, at jonathanhennessy.com. You can also go to jackmcgowanart.com and check out his artwork. Yeah, and just look for this book wherever cool books are sold. So, The Comic Book Story of Video Games by Jonathan Hennessy, art by Jack McGowan. Very, very interesting. All right. Cool stuff for the comic book lover, video game lover combo, you know. All right. We'll go to another interesting book. Matt Sewell and A Charm of Goldfinches and Other Wild Gatherings. And it's interesting because it talks about kind of what each group of animals is called. So you've got a plague of rats, a bellowing of bullfinches, and there's artwork to accompany each one, an unkindness of ravens. Interesting. And there's little, text with each one. I don't know if it's like a poem or it's just text talking about what each one is. You got a pod of dolphins. I have heard that one before. But very interesting. It says quirky collective nouns of the animal kingdom. So it kind of gives you an idea, when you're out there talking about all these different types of animals, you know what to call a group of them. It's kind of cool. So Matt Sewell, A Charm of Goldfinches and Other Wild Gatherings. And this retails for $14.99. And you can find this again, crownpublishing.com, 10speed.com, and wherever fine books are sold. So another great book that comes to me from Penguin Random House. All right. So we had our Marvel book with the SpiderMan, things for fans to know. And now we have 100 things Batman fans should know before they die. And do before they die. And this is by Joseph McCabe, with a foreword by Paul Dini. And there's, it basically says your unauthorized guide to the comics, the movies, and beyond. So there's all kinds of stuff in here, again, just like with the Spider-Man book. There's information about the Batmobile. If you've never got to see this at a convention, you definitely should see it. The original Batmobile. Steve Englehart and Marshall Rogers goes through some of the rivalry between Marvel and DC Comics back in looks like maybe in the 60s. Some of the things going on with things then. Batgirl is talked about here in chapter 31 with some art from the animated series. Just a little bit of everything really in here for Batman. Ace the Bat Hound, the Lego Batman movie, ton of stuff. If you're a Batman fan, definitely want to pick this up. This is also $14.95. There are some interviews from the Batcave with Christopher Nolan, Adam West, Burt Ward, Frank Miller, Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, Denny O'Neil, Will Arnett, Grant Morrison, Bruce Timm, Alex Ross, Jerry Robinson, and many more. So a lot of people contributed to the making of this. Very, very cool. And this came out kind of in anticipation of the Justice League movie, which is out in theaters now. So you can definitely check this out, learn a little bit more about Batman, find Batman things in real life that you can go check out and visit before you die. So, all right. And that comes to us again from Triumph Books. Very, very cool. I like those, 100 things to know before you die, or know and do before you die. Those books are pretty cool. So, this is an older one I got from Mark Crilley, and this is the drawing lesson. And it really, for those of you who are aspiring comic book writers and artists, this helps you to kind of get an idea in comic book form of how to draw, or some things you can do to maybe enhance your drawing skills, and it's really neat. There's kind of like little step-by-step instructions there as the kids learning to draw throughout the story, and it's good. It's very good. This retails for $18.99. Find it in the art and drawing section in a lot of bookstores. And again, it's called The Drawing Lesson, a graphic novel that teaches you how to draw by Mark Crilley. It's pretty good, pretty cool. So check that out. And finally, get this thing off of my desk. I've had this on my desk for several months now. With the 2 movies out now, a lot of these characters are very popular, and we see a little clip of them at the end of Infinity War trailer. We have Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy 1000 ... book. Now, each of these pictures is enormous, and they have 1,000 dots. Now, this may not show up very well, but I'll zoom it in here for you. You can see all those little tiny dots, and that makes a picture. And like, holy crap. If you have the attention span to sit there and connect these dots, good on you. That's all I got to say. This is illustrations by Thomas Pavite, or Pavitt, maybe, based on the work of Marvel's finest artists. So it's from Thunder Bay Press. Very cool. $14.99. So you can check this out. ThunderBayBooks.com. ThunderBayBooks.com. And you can pick up a copy. Rocket, Groot, Drax, the Collector, Nebula, Cosmo, Gamora, of course, Rocket Raccoon all by himself, Ronan the Accuser, Nova, Grandmaster, the Infinity Gauntlet. That's cool. It was very timely. Adam Warlock, Yondu, and Korath, as well as, of course, Star-Lord. So check that out. It's pretty neat. All right. That might be it. I may have just cleared out all the books off of my desk. Wow. So I hope you enjoyed a run-through of some of the cool comic book and art-related books for the year. Some great stuff to check out and pick up for those people you need to still pick gifts up for. You got a couple more weeks before Christmas comes around, or whatever holiday or whatever gift-giving holiday you celebrate. But there are some neat things out there. So if you have questions or are interested in any of these books, let me know. I'll shoot me an email, comment on the video, whatever you need to do, and we'll get some information back to you. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and definitely want you to go out there and read more books and read more comics. All right. See you later.